Hello. Oh, this message is for the empaths, the creative empaths who are being called to rest right now. By being called, that could include, you are intuitively hearing this, or maybe you are physically experiencing this in lack of energy, maybe even sickness. Let's see, what else? Even the weather. So maybe, because this has been happening for me, maybe you've been experiencing some stormy weather, or weather that doesn't really permit you to go out and about and do things, or maybe like the weather is specifically like it's like the specific weather that won't allow you to do what you are wanting to do at the moment. An example that's coming up in my mind is like surfing. Like it's not the right kind of weather. It's honestly, I don't really know much about surfing. I find it funny that that's the example that Spirit's giving me, because I don't know much, but basically it's not the right weather to be surfing, and you just want to be surfing right now. You're like, oh my god, like I want to be surfing. What the frippin' heck? Damn, so it could be like that. However it is, those are all different ways that Spirit is asking you, maybe forcing you to slow down, to rest. You are very imaginative people, very creative, large imagination, and you're getting a lot of fuel for all of this creative energy that you possess. But then you don't really have like the energy to produce it. And maybe you're getting a little bit frustrated because there's all these things that you want to be doing, but there's all these obstacles in the way. And something that I ended up writing in the notes was like, with these blocks, perhaps that's how you view it, Spirit's reminding you of divine timing and redirection. So are your blocks, really just blocking you from what you're wanting to do, and you're only really able to see kind of the frustrating side of it? Or is there something divine happening? And I know that there is, but yeah, sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating when you have all these passions and ideas that you want to start producing and bring into your reality. But yeah, Spirit's really just reminding you of like redirection. So these blocks are just redirections, or maybe just pauses as well. Also, with this restful period, Spirit's really inviting you to rest in amongst nature. So for instance, for me, like I've been resting for a while now, and I literally like live in amongst nature, but I wasn't really getting out into it. Of course, like if you're getting all that stormy weather and whatnot, you maybe don't do that. If you have the tools that allow you to go out in stormy weather, then do that if you wish. But like when there's a day where the weather is lovely and you know you're probably still experiencing that lack of energy and motivation and whatnot, and you know you're in this period where you're really honoring that. So although there's a part of like your mind is like, okay, it's the perfect weather, you know, every external factor can allow us to do what I'm wanting to do, you're also, although you're frustrated, you're still honoring your body and really listening to it. And so Spirit's inviting you to tap into your masculine energy to provide this space, this, you know, I said it again. This space for you to rest in nature. Because perhaps you don't live near too much nature and it requires you to go out and maybe go to a park, a national park. But basically you have to put in, like, use your masculine energy, put in that effort to provide that for your restful side, your body, your feminine. And Spirit's inviting you, and maybe this is just confirmation if you've been feeling called to do some of this restfulness, resting. If you've been called to do that in nature, this is your confirmation to allow that masculine energy within you to come out to provide that for you. Because at the moment, I feel for the collective, we've been really just learning to tap into our feminine because the society is run on masculine energy, and we're really at the moment learning to just honor and tap into our feminine energy. And so I'm kind of thinking of it as like a pendulum or like scales, and I'll use the pendulum analogy for this. So you've been really in one side, in that masculine energy for most of your life, and that's kind of how this society has learned, like that's how it runs, that's kind of the foundation. Like there's so much more to it than just masculine energy, and it's, you know, it's not the very it's kind of like the toxic and masculine side. But anyways, I hope you know what I mean, and I hope this analogy will kind of make sense. So you've been operating, just swung in one direction heavily without ever really tapping into your feminine. But in order to kind of find that middle ground, we've had to kind of go to the opposite, kind of. But yeah, we've had to swing further into the feminine side of ourselves, the feminine energy of ourselves, to kind of really discover it and really kind of like learn to understand it. And, you know, because we've lived so long, in like so many generations, in just like the masculine energy, it's going to take a bit of time for us to understand and gosh. Understand and fully live and embody. Thank you, Spirit, that's the word I was looking for. That energy, the feminine. And then once we really can understand that and live in that guilt-free, we'll slowly be able to find that balance again in the middle of, so when my mind is going so fast and I'm not being able to keep up with my mouth, with my words. Let me breathe for a moment. Once we find that middle ground, the balance, then we will be able to tap into the masculine and feminine energy simultaneously. The scales will be balanced, you know? I hope I made that make sense, because in my mind that made a lot of sense, but I hope I portrayed that enough. Anyways, so how should I cut this potato? Right now, by the way, I am making, I don't know if I've already said this, but I'm making frittatas, because long story short, we've ended up with a lot of eggs and a lot of vegetables, and I was kind of like, oh, what can I make with all this? I don't want it to go bad. And so here I am doing a little bit of meal prep and just making a large batch of frittatas with all of this. Anyways, back to the message. So yeah, we've really been living in we've been really tapping into our feminine energy and been honoring it, and yeah, been living life more feminine than masculine right now. But yeah, Spirit is inviting you, and this is a confirmation for you that it is safe for you to tap in to into your masculine. Oh my goodness, my words. It is safe for you to do so that your masculine energy can provide this space for you to rest in, rejuvenate in, because nature is so healing. Actually, you know what? Literally this morning I saw this video, and gosh, I don't remember the scientist's name, but there's this scientist from Japan who has been doing these studies and has discovered that literally forest air increases your immune system. Like, it literally supports and increases like the cancer fighting cells and all that jazz in you. So yes, very healing. Don't mind me multitasking. I don't have like any tech sort of skills, like editing skills, but I might try and learn how to do that for this video, just because I do acknowledge that I am multitasking in quite an extreme way, and so this message might take quite a while to come out, but we'll wait and see with that. Maybe you'll just have to be very patient, people. And you are, let me say that, you are very patient people. You have been in this waiting period, restful period, however you put it, for a while. You have been healing for a while. So, yes, you are patient, but don't worry, you don't have to use your patience, your skill of patience with me if this message is just taking too long. My goodness, my words are like, I'm getting tongue-tied quite easily. Anyways, okay, so I've done the checklist. You guys are still here, which means, you know, this resonated with you and you guys are empathic creatives who are highly imaginative, who are very passionate, and who are being called to just rest right now and slow down. Okay, and we've talked about the creativity and how, blocks equals redirection, actually. And I don't know if I said this, but try exploring more mediums, because this could be a part of the redirection. Maybe you need to just, oh my goodness, try out other mediums, because maybe there will be other creative mediums, activities, whatnot, that could be more supportive for you at this time. But maybe you're being a bit stubborn in being like, oh, but I know how to do this. This has been supportive for me, but maybe it's not right now. Like, oh, why can't I do this? Like, for instance, like surfing, you're like, this has been good for me, it's been healing for me. Spirit, why aren't you providing me the right weather for this? That's just an example. And maybe Spirit's like, well, maybe you need to try doing some stuff that requires, I don't know, less planning and less physically, for instance. Oh my goodness. I don't know what just happened there. But yeah, you're really learning to free yourself. I think that's just what just happened. Like, oh my goodness, guys, I've been really freeing myself. It's been feeling great. And yeah, sometimes I just make random noises and it's great. Like, why not? We take life so seriously. I actually saw a little snippet of a Bashar, I pray I said that right, video. Oh my gosh, what are they called? Like, it's not like an interview. It's like when Bashar does like the Q&A thing. If you know Bashar, then yeah. If you don't, I'm sorry. I just search him up. And he actually talks about how life is meaningless. Like, you give life meaning. For a second then for quite a moment there, I forgot why I brought that up. So yeah, you give life meaning, so why not view all the happenings in your life positively? And of course, sometimes you don't. In the moment, you can't. And you're also learning to honor whatever feelings come up for you and not having shame for that. But why I'm bringing this up with the positive meaning to life is, viewing these blocks as redirection and being like, okay, you know what? Maybe Spirit's inviting me to try to do something that will be so fulfilling for me right now, so supporting in what I'm going through right now. Like, thank you, Spirit, kind of changing your attitude towards that. Like, for instance, it's something I've moved away from. Like, I was really wanting to, with the pottery thing, I was really wanting to do pottery, and it kind of felt like a wasted opportunity because where I'm living right now is really close to a pottery studio that I'm allowed to use. And I was like, oh, I'm wasting this opportunity. But, if it wasn't the weather, you know, being really cold because it's winter where I am, it was my energy levels, or there were so many different things, and I've ended up just being like, this is a redirection. Because right now, pottery used to be so fun and supportive for me, but maybe right now it isn't. And honestly, it does really tire me right now, because there have been times when I have done the pottery and I'll literally make one thing and be super tired. And so I'm like, okay, that's all good. And I've recently been learning to just hand sew because I don't have a sewing machine, and it's been really nice. I've been learning how to like darn as well, and so I haven't been making anything, I've just been mending clothes that I already have, or that my dad already has, and that has been really nice. And I've also been cooking. And yeah, just trying new mediums to express my creativity. And yeah, one day darning can feel supportive and the next it won't. And I'm really learning to just go with the flow in life and with my creative expressions. Even with this channel, I don't show up as much as I would like to with my mental reasonings. You know, my mind is like, oh, you know, you should try outputting more often, more consistently. And I'm here, I'm showing up to the canvas, and I am going to definitely try. But sometimes it just doesn't feel supportive, and I'm really learning to be like, that's okay. Because there's also a part of me that is putting this pressure on myself because I'm currently unemployed, and I'm like, I should try and do this more consistently. 22:22 on the clock. I should try and do this more consistently, and maybe, you know, try and get money from this channel because it's something I'm passionate about and something I love doing. And I definitely don't vibe with the conventional 9-to-5 way of living at all. And so what just dropped? Anyways, that I was kind of just going down a bit of a rabbit hole there. But yeah, I've also just been experiencing this pressure of trying to just force this channel, which I don't want to do, and I don't want this channel and these messages to be stemming from that scarcity, from that fear, and from, you know, my mind being like, produce. Yeah, anyways. Okay, back to the message. That was a very long example. So, okay, so the creativity. Try exploring more mediums because you may find that there are more supportive ones for you at this time. Because maybe you're being a little bit stubborn and you're just trying to stick to what you know, and also to do with like childlike wonder and creativity, like bring a little bit of unpredictability new into your life will add spark back into your life, magic back into your life. So Spirit's really inviting you to just get out of your comfort zone when it comes to that, and really just try new things. Because you also may have a very outcome orientated approach to your creativity, to your creative medium that you are comfortable and familiar with. And Spirit's really like, the perfectionism is wanting to be addressed. I should have gone the salt and pepper. That's okay, I can do that after. Okay, and then moving on to your empathic abilities. So, as well, like, and this all they all are interconnected, these dot points that I have. So anyways, another factor that you could be experiencing with being called to rest, so I was saying before, like, you could be experiencing this really physically, energetically, like really low in energy. Maybe you're sick, or maybe you're even like injured, physically injured, or the weather. So I was saying stuff like that. Another thing is also just, it's to do with like the energy, like being out and about is tiring for you at this time, and that's because your empathic abilities are so heightened right now, because you are doing so much. You're processing so much. You're doing leaps and bounds of, like, you're getting over so many hurdles in such a fast period. And I know it may not feel like that, but really you are healing generational stuff. So your receptivity to outside energies is really, I hate hearing bangs, bang, boom, is really heightened at this time. Oh my goodness. So don't mind me. That is another reason why you are feeling so drained. And the more you try and push this, trying to get out and about more and be adventurous, because maybe you're really wanting to just be adventurous, adventure new places and whatnot, the more you push, the more resistance you will receive, the more lack of energy, the more sickness, you know what I mean? You're really, like, you are needing to just chill out, slow down. And through all of this is probably bringing up a lot of a large mixture of emotions, and perhaps ones that you're not super proud of, or that you deem to be like low vibrational, and like, you know, like frustration and whatnot. But you're really being invited to honor that, honor those emotions, to really honor yourself, to honor your body, and you're really being asked to just feel everything that you are going through, and to really allow it to pass through your body. To let go of control. This slowing down is happening for a reason, and you do know this. But you're just needing some confirmations and reassurance and whatnot. And a part of this slowing down is you are slowing down enough to really be able to listen to your body, to your vessel, to your sacred temple, baby. Think about all that your body does for you. It does so much for you every single day, day after day. It's unconditional, truly. And, you know, when you get sick or whatnot, that's not your body being conditional or something. I don't know why I'm being called to say this, but anyways, it's obviously coming up for a reason. That's just your body literally being like, I can, because, you know, as we are human in this human body, our bodies are mortal, are finite. You know, the energy and what it can do is, it's not unlimited. Like, it has a battery. I saw 3111 on the clock when I said that. Like, it has a battery to say. And, you know, when you're just using it non-stop, and it's kind of always going non-stop, but when you are actively using it non-stop and in ways that is really not supportive for it, and it's trying to communicate with you like, whoa, please slow down, you know, whatever it may be, your battery, your, like, the energy levels are just going to deplete so rapidly. So yes, a part of this slowing down is to slow down enough for you to really listen and honor what your body is trying to tell you. And when we have lived and led these lives where we're not taught to do this, and we're actually, well, we're basically taught to do the opposite, to just push through whatever we're going through and whatever, like, it can be hard to try and understand the language that your body is speaking to you. And so Spirit's like, you haven't quite learnt your vessel's language yet, and that is another reason why you are being forced to slow down. Okay, and don't worry, we're nearly getting to the end, I think. Oh, and now these are just some confirmations. So along with this process, you could be being called to eat lighter foods, because maybe just like denser foods at the moment are kind of putting you in like food comas, and you'd be getting really like gassy and bloated at the moment, because like your body is just like, on every single level, you are just going through a major shift. And so you could be experiencing this very physically. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, so gassy, crampy, tension. So you could be experiencing a lot of tension in places. And perhaps these are places that you have, how should I put it? You have kind of disregarded. Like, these were signs, words that your body's trying to talk to you about that you've kind of disregarded for a long time, and now they are like really coming up. And so like for me, I've been experiencing a lot of tension in like my shoulders. Oh my god, my shoulders. And so I've been really just coming back to the body and really being like, okay, what do you need right now? And so, you know, sometimes I'll do yoga, or maybe I'll just dance, and I will try and just be soft with my shoulders. Yeah. Maybe look into Louise Hay and look into like her emotional connections to body symptoms, because like I do connect with that on a level, and yeah, a lot of the physical stuff I've been going through recently has definitely made sense to her emotional correlations to it. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Louise Hay's work, maybe look into that, or if you are, maybe still look into it. Okay. Also threes, guys. Threes can definitely be a confirmation. I'm definitely. Well, yeah, I definitely am. I'm seeing 12-12 in my mind's eye, and 10-10, and 7. Yeah. Okay. Also, like reptiles and birds, like lizards, feathers, like honestly, just like those groups of animals, types of animals, yeah, could be definitely confirmation for you. Or they are synchronicities that you will start to see or acknowledge a lot and become aware of a lot in, you know, this coming week, 7 days. Yeah. Also, eagles specifically when it comes to birds could have significance to you. But yeah, really, something else when I was writing down the notes that came through was with these confirmations. They might be confirmations now, or they will be synchronicities to come for you. Oh, that's just the fridge making a weird noise. Moving forward, whenever these pop up for you, and you know, you'll probably have other confirmations and synchronicities on top of this, but these are just some. Really try and, when you see it, try and become aware of what you are feeling in that moment. What emotions you were experiencing, maybe what bodily sensations you were feeling. Were you feeling tight? Were you maybe feeling tension and spirits bringing you back to your body and being like, hey, do some deep breaths, you know, loosen up. You know, maybe you're getting a bit worked up over something and you see that and then you come back to yourself. So that might not always be the case, but maybe just start practicing that whenever you see synchronicities and like confirmations. It might not always be for that, but just try looking inwards and feeling, becoming aware, oh my gosh, of your feelings and emotions, bodily sensations. Capsicum. I don't like capsicum, but here I am putting it in there. Also, like trying new foods. That came through to me when I picked up this capsicum. Because I didn't like celery when I first came down to this house. And now I really enjoy celery as a snack. Oh my goodness. Like, I did not like celery at all. It tasted just not nice. I don't even know how to explain it now because it's so funny because I just had shifted my taste buds have just shifted so much as well. Like you could be experiencing this physically with your taste buds as well, people. Like you are just being called to try and eat, and you're liking different foods and potentially foods that you have never liked before, because celery was one of them for me. Now I'm gonna try capsicum. But yeah, literally did not like celery, and now celery with peanut butter in it, that's like one of my favorite snacks at the moment. It's so good. Anyways, another confirmation that this is in fact for you. Like if you're not already being like, yeah, that's for me, then damn. But vivid dreams, guys, oh my gosh. And these vivid dreams, goodness. They could be like really intense. Like you are feeling every emotion and sensation that is going on in the dream, and you wake up feeling like that. Like maybe it was a really stressful dream and you wake up really stressed and you're really tight and your heart's beating and you're like, whoa, confirmation verb, literally. And that is your subconscious processing, letting go, purging outdated, emotions, traumas, fears, beliefs. So if you're going through that, know that it's your spirit team helping you out, because they are getting in there and getting those dreams to be going. So yeah, and your higher self, like they are all supporting you and doting on you. Also, because I don't like capsicum, I don't really know how to cut it. But so if you're watching me being like, what is she doing? I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, like I feel like that just ties into trying new things, and allowing yourself to be clumsy or, not a professional, not incredible at whatever it is. Allowing yourself to make mistakes, learn. Yeah. But yeah, those dreams, you are processing stuff consciously. Spirit's asking you to have that conscious devotion to yourself, but there's also stuff happening subconsciously. So if you're worrying that you're just like having to heal all this stuff consciously, fret not. You're not. You don't have to. But your conscious devotion makes this transition easier for you consciously. That, there'll be less resistance. Okay, and get more sun. If you're experiencing a lot of stormy weather, getting out in the sun might be a bit difficult, but whenever you have sunny moments, just try and get out in the sun, get your feet in the ground, be barefoot, let your feet get a little muddy or whatever if it has been stormy weather for you. And yeah, like that's going to be so healing and rejuvenating for your vessel. And yeah, just try new things and also try new approaches. So just maybe doing something that is typical for you, but approaching it in a new way. Maybe when, like this is just an example, when you're on your way to your Pilates, taking a different route. Maybe when you're cooking a food that is like a go-to for you, a staple, maybe try cutting the ingredients a different way. So yeah, you don't have to just try new things, because along with this lack of, oh my goodness, I say so much. And I acknowledge it sometimes, but then I watch the messages back and I'm shocked. I'm shocked. How are you supposed to know what I'm trying to say? I'm sorry I do that to you. Moving on. With this low energy, or however you're experiencing slowing down, maybe you don't have the energy to try something new because that requires a lot of energy from you. Maybe you're just being asked to approach something new. I would definitely meditate on it, because there's stuff that you'll be able to tap into, ideas that you'll be able to tap into when you meditate. rather than not, because your everyday moving mind, conscious mind will, gosh, capsicum stinks. But it may be a bit closed-minded. It may be a bit limited in the ideas of what, oops, that's all right, I need to put it in the bowl, on what new things to do or new approaches to access. So, and your spirit team is like, please, you can talk to us anytime, baby. Please. We are right here with you. Just ask us anything, anytime. And maybe the answer might not make sense to you at first with some of the questions that you ask. Maybe you won't even really be able to hear them. Maybe it'll be a feeling. But yeah, don't forget that you can talk to your spirit guides, your spirit team. They're here to support you, baby. I don't know why I'm saying baby. That's their terminology, I guess. Baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 no, like baby. I don't really remember the words. That you'd always be mine. Don't know what happened there, but anyways, honestly, I think that's it, guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me while I prep for these frittatas, and I hope this message, did something for you. I am so proud of you. Let me say that. You have grown, you have gone through so much, and through it all you have remained so devoted to yourself. Keep loving you. And yeah, just I hope some of that brought some clarity to you. Maybe while you're still in this restful period when you thought maybe that was over. Yeah, don't worry, I was there with you. I had a surge of energy and I was like, yeah, I can conquer the world, and then kind of lost it again because I was getting a bit carried away. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and honestly, I really do. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Your energy is so beautiful. You are so beautiful. I really am so proud of you. You have gone through so much. Until next time.